TV.
Oh, no, he said he's gonna work on it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I don't start docket till 9.
that's fine.
All right, all
No, I
right.
still haven't got Discovery and we're on Discovery, so I'm gonna go check with the fishbowl and see if they come up with Discovery today.
All right,
They're
sure.
supposed to give me a thumbs up.
All righty.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh, tell me about the old eyes.
When you go out to dinner and you take a flashlight, you read the menu, or you use your phone.
Wait, no, restaurants, they have the lights dim so much. I'm like, why is it so dark in here?
Well, yeah, but you know, the smart ones are the ones where the waiters have the flashlights,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
All right, so here's the funny thing. Whenever I go to a restaurant, I always look at all the food. So we were on a trip for drug court. And we were in this place, Vashon, it was so dark. They had lights underneath the table, but none on the table. And those lights were mood lighting that would change colors from blues to reds. And so I ordered the chicken. Of course, that's always the cheapest thing on the menu. And in Florida, things were outrageously priced. And so I'm looking at my food and everybody's like, Stephanie, what's wrong? I'm like, there's hair in my chicken and it's not my colored hair. And so then after that, everybody on the trip was like, Stephanie, can you look at our food? I'm like, will do.
Scoot in, like you're in church today. Scoot in, let other people sit next to you, please.
All right, everybody, please be seated. We have a large docket today because it's the holidays, Christmas time. Every attorney wants things set, so we are a very accommodating court. So the docket is heavy today. So in order for things to run smoothly, everyone, you need to follow these rules. If you don't follow these rules, it's going to be hectic. And when it's hectic, that means that a lot of you are going to be coming back in the afternoon. So first rule, when I call your name, you need to stand and let me know you are here. In custody, we have Marco Marino, Nathan Martinez, Daniel Martinez, Enrique Hernandez, Johnny Ruiz Jr.
Present.
Thank you. Ray De La Rosa.
Here.
Julio Smith.
Mr. Smith, President John, we'd like to approach at the appropriate time for discovery issue.
Thank you. Michael Castro. Michael Andrew Castro. Guy is in custody. Nathan Montoya, custody. Tiffany Martinez. Tiffany A. Martinez. Roger Mims. Thank you. Johnny De La Rosa.
Welcome, for
Custody.
Judge.
All right, thank you. Isaac Valle. Am I pronouncing that last name Balles?
Yes.
All right. Isaac Joel Valle. Reggie Rice, custody. James Ross Jr., custody. Raymond McKinney, custody. And if I call your name twice, it's because you're on the docket twice. Ray De La Rosa. Thank you. Javier Rodriguez. Yoshio De La Cruz, Jason Andrade, Florinda Barron, Giselle Sauceda, Andres Tamayo, custody, Alfredo Guadalupe Guzman III, James Wilkins, custody, Fernando Hernandez, custody, Macedonio Claudio Jr., Samantha Ladone, custody, David McNew, David Gregory McNew, Guadalupe Delgado, Guadalupe Romero Delgado, Brian Pena, custody, Jamarian Tyrese Marquise Greer. Thank you. Ruben Zamora, Ruben Philip Zamora, Tommy Lopez, Juan Castaneda, David Villarreal, Fernando Hernandez, Daniel Montoya, Alan Mineros Perez, custody, Roberto Benito Andrade, Roberto Benito Andrade, Bradley Galan,
Here you are.
thank you, Israel Cortez, custody, Ariante Emmanuel Duran de la Cruz, thank you, Samuel Bach, thank you, and Bradley Galan,
Here you are.
Albert Cuellar, Albert Cruz Cuellar, Jose Gonzalez, Nathan Martinez, custody, April Ann Pettis, April Ann Pettis, Ethan Anthony Rosales,
Judge, he's present. We've put the file up there to approach.
thank you, Nathan Martinez, custody, Stephen Michael Gibson, custody, Curtis Wilson, custody, Luis Alberto De Leon Jr., Dennis Johnson, thank you, not the Celtics player, Vicente Bravo, Crystal Molina, thank you, Renee Camarillo, custody, Joshua T. Robinson, thank you, thank you. John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong,
With counsel.
Douglas Hughes,
Judge, that is no longer needed.
all right, thank you. Mario Alberto Vargas, Mario Alberto Vargas,
Judge, I believe, those parties you gave permission to appear via Zoom.
all right, thank you. Dino Acosta, Dino Acosta. Landon Kendrick, custody, Moses Rivas Martinez, Moses Rivas Martinez, Richard Ortiz, custody, Daniel Martinez, custody, Bailey Corley, custody, Luke Galvan, custody, Vincent Munoz, custody, Christopher Buentello, David Perez Villarreal, Curtis Wilson, custody. All right, is there anyone who came in later, your name was not called? Please raise your hand. Starting here. Does anyone see Tiffany Martinez on the docket?
She's on page 2, Judge.
All right, next person came in late. Yes. You need to stand. What's your name? Does anybody see Isaac Baez?
That's a by age person you called, Judge.
Thank you.
Page 3.
Anyone else over here? Who came in later, your name was not called? Anyone over here came in later, your name was not called?
Alex Casas.
All right. We'll come back to you, okay?
Thank you.
Yes?
He's on page 5, Judge, at the bottom.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Top of page 6, Judge.
all right, thank you.
Oh.
Yes,
April Pettis.
April Pettis. All right, anyone else who came in late? or your name was not called. Miss, you're gonna have to find a seat. And what page is April Pettis on? Michelle, do you see April Pettis on the docket? Ah, shoot. Thank you. All right, everyone, we have a large docket today. These are the rules. You need to follow these rules. If you don't follow the rules, things are going to get difficult. Attorneys, if you have someone in custody, they need to be out here, request them. Once you request them, do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of inmates that can be brought out for security reasons. With regards to the files, just grab your file and place it on the prosecutor's table. So for example, if attorney John Doe puts his file down on the prosecutor's table, and then the next person who puts their file down is April Doe, what you need to do is you need to just slide your file so it will be number 2 for the prosecutors. Then have a seat. They are going to go in the order of appearance. They're going to read your file. Once you have discussed with the prosecutor, once you have conferred with your client, then you're ready to approach the court. Just let the clerk know they're going to put your file here. I'm going to call you in the order of appearance. If you have someone who wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, for whatever reason, we need an interpreter. Just ask the clerks, let them know we need an interpreter. Does everyone understand the rules? Let's follow these rules and things will go smoothly. All right, you may confer. Ethan Rosales. Hello.
Morning, Judge. I conferred with Megan on this one. I got hired last week. It's set for a plea bargain deadline, but I don't think he's reviewed any discovery, and I need to file motions to sever because 2 co-defendants have pending murder and capital murder charges.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset and counsel on this date. Whatever severance you need to file will need to be.
It'll be done by then.
All right.
Give me 1 second, Judge.
Judge, I can do the 14th.
All right, we'll come back on January 14th. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, on the Audriel guy, the one that's getting transferred, I'm not quite sure what to do. I don't know if anything
Oh,
Michael was
Ms.
gonna do.
Ferguson, no, and if
Okay.
it's supposed to be transferred, it will get transferred.
Okay, thank you.
And Norma, you said January 14th, correct? We can put it down as discovery, but defense is to file motion for severance as well.
Enrique Hernandez just sat there.
If you can sit in the front row.
There's no seats up there.
Everyone needs to have a seat. If you have to squeeze in like you're in church, squeeze in. If not, family members wait outside and we'll get you when your family member is up in front of the judge. Sorry.
I'll give you a case. So we could go see.
Was it like 10 minutes to be?
Yeah.
Well, I need to talk with you about dates. We're here for a trial setting. Reset, sorry. Like, we were here last week and we were out.
Have you talked to Jason? Check this calendar as well.
Well, first I'm trying to, I already have like certain dates that are unavailable from ours, so I'm trying to see where you're trying to put us. Otherwise, it's so vague as to.
Hey, good morning. Can I get a Andres Tomato, please?
Yeah.
John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong.
Your Honor, do you have the notice from the probation?
Let me see if it's.
That's what we were waiting for. It just came yesterday.
Yes. All right.
I got a hard copy if you want it.
Oh, I'll go on the email.
Also, I do have a letter from the family, his father, with regards to the moving in.
Okay.
If it was on, that's when the judge was. No, she can just go. She got transferred.
Oh, wait, and the other one?
Yes, if it was on. Yes.
All right. So I believe he's on probation with family violence, correct?
He is, but CTD as usual is stepping in on this.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. So did you read, the court had some questions because I wanted to know what the treatment provider was saying to get their input. So it appears that the treatment provider said that he has done some classes and that they are in agreement with him moving in with his family with the following conditions that are set forth in the letter, which is he remain in good standing with probation in the treatment program, contact with his siblings and the newborn child. Once the child arrives, he must be supervised by an adult family member or his girlfriend, and no contact with any other minors. Complete the polygraph scheduling 2025 and complete the chaperone contract. And so your parents and your girlfriend, they're going to have to participate in the chaperone training. If they do not participate in that, or if they don't follow through, then you're going to have to move out. And I know that some of this is dependent upon them, but those are the rules. You understand?
Yes. And Your Honor, the girlfriend is present and she's nodding and understanding at this.
All right. So State, do you have any objections with the recommendation from the treatment provider?
No.
All right. Then what we'll do is I will order him, Miss Abrams,
Yes, Judge.
he's allowed to live in his parents' homes, but he's to meet all of the conditions that are listed in the letter provided by Officer Cruz. And there are 6 conditions.
So. Okay, Judge.
And you have a copy of that, correct?
It's her, I have this.
Those conditions as a condition or just one condition encompassing all?
I'm sorry, just 1 second. The printer started. All right, what did you say?
Do you want each one of those conditions to be an actual condition or one condition to encompass all of those mandates?
One condition to encompass all of those. So if you fall out of compliance, there's not going to be any question immediately. You're going to have to move out. You understand?
I understand.
All right. Is there anything you do not understand? All right. Anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Could I have that document, please? That was just printed out. Oh, counsel. I reviewed the letter. Did you want the letter back? Okay.
Judge, if you want to keep it in the file though.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So I'm first trying to find out like where, what range are you in? Oh, okay. Oh, so. Okay. No, that's fine. I was just like, unless I knew like what date we were, because I didn't want to go get a date with him and be like. Okay, so you know what's going on there. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize.
Okay.
That's a bad one. So that's good to see you guys. Good morning, man. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. All righty.
Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah.
All right, sir, what's your name and who's your attorney?
For discovery compliance.
You're muted.
Dino Acosta, ma'am, and Brandon Lopez.
All right, as soon as Brandon arrives, we will Zoom you in, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Ray De La Rosa. It was for discovery.
All right, Norma, can you email me Carolyn's email address or number, please?
I know it's got multiple.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be 2024 CR 007567.
You once. Let's just make sure.
I'm gonna go in the hallway. I'll be back.
All right.
Told you the email. Do you want the number as well?
Yes.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, it's 1 second.
Thank you.
Leslie, I got it. I do. You ready? 2024 CR 009614.
Give her a second, get her in here so I can really start. She's now confident I don't want to take a chance on her. Backslide. No. Can't do it tomorrow. Okay, well, didn't you just tell me when? Yes. Yes. January sixth. Unfortunately, I'm going to surgery at 8 o'clock. Okay, January sixth. 25. 27. Thank you. Well, you'll see.
John, take care of yourself.
My problem is I've spent so many years not taking care of myself
Yeah.
that it's catching up with me.
Well, Mom and I will send our prayers.
I appreciate it.
All right. Oh, it was awesome.
Want to meet this time?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Saw your text later on. About going to the same place.
Oh.
Ray De La Rosa? Who's the attorney for Ray De La Rosa? All right, just have a seat.
Just saying that she's in. I just want to make sure that she would be.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
LaShawn, do you see Ethan Rosales on the docket?
Yes.
Oh, I found him, 13. The next person I'm looking for is Armstrong, though. Oh. All right, thank you. All right, thanks. Good morning.
Just now signed the agreement. Thank you. Okay. That's not. It must be, that's the agreement they sent me.
Could I see the file on Deshauna Robinson, please?
I'm so sorry.
All right, is there a Deshauna Robinson here? If you'll come forward. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, your attorney is out, for a family issue,
Yes, ma'am.
so we're gonna reset you. Ms. Ferguson, can you reset her in late February, please?
Yes, ma'am. So do I just step over here to?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What date?
I can do February 24th.
All right, we'll come back on February 24th. All right, Florinda Barron.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Ms. Barron has been accepted into the PTD program. We just signed the agreement, which
Okay.
I'll turn in.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date for Barron.
January. I'll put that one on January 27th.
All right, so it'll be January 27th. Counsel, of course, if the case is dismissed, she won't need to appear.
Thank you.
Just remain in the courtroom, and once she signs the reset form, she's excused.
Wait, just wait.
Is the attorney on De La Rosa back, Ray De La Rosa?
August 4th is a Monday and the 10th.
It would be August.
Oh, sorry, Tuesday was.
We did on Tuesday.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you put Rock up there? You need to look at that.
Bob, Samuel Bob.
Samuel Bach.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Very hectic today.
Oh, it is, it's, attorneys want things at the last minute. I know family members are calling at the last minute, so we're trying to accommodate. All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. So my understanding is you're requesting a jury trial? And have you received all discovery?
We have.
All right, so your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, so jury trial date?
We did, it was August 5th is what we've been given by Norma and agreed upon by the state.
All right, if you all can make sure, she just stepped out in the door, I think, to talk to somebody. If y'all will make sure that the acknowledgement of the discovery has been complete, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. You're welcome.
I think it has been. We've already. Okay. August 5th. It's a 4.
Anything with help, Judge?
Just one second. I need to, put this in the system. You're welcome.
Why shouldn't you reset for discovery? Same, sir. Isaac Bias. Bias.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wasn't blind. Hold on, I tell you. 24, 86, 16.
At the end.
86. 86. Yeah, 8616. Missing file.
Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
the last person that was Callan Whitland's client was Deshauna Robinson, correct? All right, thank you. Is the attorney for Ray De La Rosa here?
Okay, put your file up there and the judge will call you up. And, on to the recess.
Yeah. It's MIA.
Oh, no, I'm bringing it out right now, sir. Just give me once.
It'll be all right.
Thursday. All right, I'll get that put up right now, sir.
Yoshio De La Cruz?
Morning.
Morning, your attorney, your client needs to come up. And then after that, it's gonna be Valle. So you're on this side. Are you with the state?
No, I'm with the fence.
All right, so you're on this side. All right.
Is this for Oriente? For you?
Yoshio De La Cruz.
Sorry.
Oh, that's not you. All right, thank you. I mean, everybody wants to answer for other people's charges. All right, where's Yoshio De La Cruz?
I'm not sure, Your Honor, there's something like that.
All right, who's the attorney for Yoshio Leonel De La Cruz?
Yes, Oriente.
They're not ready on that.
All right.
Valle,
That's me, Judge. How are you?
how are you?
You want the client up here?
Yes.
Jamilian Greer. Merry Christmas, Judge.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, happy Festivus, happy Kwanzaa.
Did you cover everything?
I don't know. Happy holidays.
Hanukkah. I think you
Happy
missed
Hanukkah, yes. So I'm trying to cover everything.
Judge, we just, on bias, there's a lot of discovery. We've almost got everything, but it seems like there's just a couple more items missing. We don't need very much time.
All right.
Weeks, maybe?
All right. State, did you tender an offer in this case, Isaac Valle?
Haven't seen the file.
Here it is.
I don't know if there's one
There's
inside.
not one.
Didn't know, Your Honor.
All right, you'll need to tender an offer today, and I'm gonna give you all a plea deadline date.
Okay.
Let me look at the calendar here. Norma, reset this case for the new year, plea deadline date set in January. All right, January 7th would be your plea deadline date. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer or whether or not you come to an agreement.
And that's also our appearance date.
I'm sorry?
Is that also our appearance date?
Yes,
Got it. Okay, so appear with an answer.
yes.
Got it.
Thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
And the state will give you an offer today.
I will not leave until I get it.
Thank you. Julio Smith.
Present, Your Honor. Would you like Mr. Smith up here?
Yes. And counsel, you're on this side. Hello, Mr. Smith. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, so where are we? This is the final date for discovery.
So this is a case that was transferred to me, and I know that the state is the state, Your Honor, but, I am asking for one more discovery setting. So defense had been asking for some videos that the complainant is alleged to have. I'm not sure if they exist or if she has them. Tony had made a meeting with her to come in, but she was unable to come in due to a family crisis. We've been in communication with her counselor this morning, and we're looking to bring her in today so that we can get a final answer whether the videos exist, and if they do, get them in our possession to turn them over. There are some photos that are in the file
Everyone, please whisper.
that they've requested, that they've had a chance to inspect in the file, but will be uploaded today so that they can have them in their possession.
How much time are you asking for?
Because I would just ask for one final, if you could give us like in the new year, like the sixth, maybe, January sixth, and I should be able to provide the answer to defense and to the court.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for a final discovery date the week of January 20th. Of course, not on the 20th, that's a holiday.
I can do the 23rd.
All right, the 23rd. So I'm giving you more time than you've asked for. And I'm a note that you've been given more time than asked for. So all of the discovery should be resolved by then. Is there anything else, defense?
Your Honor, could we ask that the state request, because the videos we're talking about come from the complainant's phone?
Mhm.
And so we know we've got at least one video from her phone, but then we know there's at least one video not. So we would ask that they inquire of her when they meet with her, because we need to get all the videos, so if they could make a sort of an inquiry of her. Do you have any other videos, so that we can come to court at some point and say, these are all the videos outstanding or produced?
All right, you all will need to discuss that amongst yourself. What I'm telling everybody, your last discovery date, because this has been going on since August, your last discovery date is January 23rd. All right, so once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Arienta de la Cruz. Is the attorney here?
Mr. Smith.
Your Honor.
Hi, thank you.
If you're signing here, I need your name on this.
All right, who's the prosecutor on Arienta de la Cruz? Good morning. Hello. So on this case, the last time we were here, you received discovery. And then I believe there was an issue.
Yes.
An offer or something was tendered.
I don't believe an offer's been tendered, Judge. I just talked to the defense counsel, and I don't know if they have an access to the discovery, so I think that might be an issue on that side.
Yes, I think he had a prior court-appointed attorney, so I think
He ended up what?
he had a prior court-appointed attorney, so they're the ones who requested the discovery. And then we never got notification when he retained us for the discovery, and we just
Did you all file a notice of retainment?
yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ferguson, can you check, or Marco, can you check that this attorney is listed? And I'm sorry, what's your name?
Andrew Dominguez with Sean Brown.
Okay, can you check to see if they're listed as retained attorneys? Yes. All right, Norma, on this case, it's coming back on January 23rd.
Oh, yes, sir.
And state at that time, you need to be prepared to tender an offer, and you all need to have received your discovery by then. If you haven't received discovery, I would suggest by the week of the first week in January, you need to let the state know.
Yes, sir.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, Your Honor. Have a blessed.
Oh, thank you. You too.
I show them being.
All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Jamarion Tyrese Marquise Greer?
Your Honor. Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going? You're in the festive mood with the tie. I like it.
Trying.
All right, where are we on discovery?
This is our very first setting, Your Honor, ag assault. There's also a co-defendant who's in custody. A lot of discovery I need to keep on reviewing. We've got GSR, we've got ballistics to still go through. So we're asking for a reset today for that purpose. I talked to Mr. Garahan and he understands I need to go through a bunch of stuff, so.
All right, Ms. Jason, on Greer, do you know if all the discovery is uploaded? It's an ag assault.
But I did talk to Billy all about it. I can check.
All right, so then I'll set you, because I know we have capital murders coming up. I'm gonna set you for discovery in February. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a February date for Greer for discovery.
The 13th.
All right,
That'll work.
day before Valentine's. It'll help you remember your wife.
It'll be the whole focus of my month of February, Judge.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Thank you for dressing
Oh,
appropriately.
Judge, last thing.
Yes.
He's on a GPS monitor right now. He can't afford to make his payments. What would the court suggest about waiving his GPS fee?
I'll ask that the fees be waived. Let me just tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna receive a notice that I have no authority to request that fees be waived, but I'll ask that they defer the fees at least, and we'll go from there. And if there's something else that happens, just let the court know.
Is that something I need to file a motion for? Or?
Oh, no, I'm gonna put in here, Marco,
Judge.
on Greer, or maybe you should write it out in order form as well. Just write it on a sheet of paper. Waive the GPS fees or either defer payment.
Judge.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
You're welcome.
You want an order on that?
What date did you?
Yes,
What
yes.
date?
Oh, she gave me February 13th.
I'll ask for this. It's like you there's a phone.
Yeah. I don't know if it's-
And Mr. DeLeon,
This judge.
your client, is he on full house arrest or no?
Not sure. Not sure.
Can you find out? Because I'll allow him to work.
Okay,
There's a lot of seasonal work going on during the holidays.
absolutely. Mr. Mauer knows all about that.
I'm gonna go sweep his front walk and then do his yard later.
Oh, okay. Well, I would ask you all to come do mine, but I'm not allowed to do that. All right, is the attorney here on De La Rosa? Ray De La Rosa. Hello.
I'm present.
All right, Ray De La Rosa, where is he?
Ray.
All right, you received all discovery?
No, I have not, Your Honor.
What is missing from discovery?
I had dropped off a thumb drive. A pretty healthy size thumb drive. I haven't received a discovery. I dropped off on the 5th floor.
When was that dropped off?
That was dropped off like a day after we had, like, I think it was like a day after we had the first time that we were here.
All right, State, are you able to call upstairs and see?
I spoke with my paralegal and actually just spoke with the 5th floor receptionist. We couldn't find that pin drive. So what we can do is we can transfer the evidence to CDs. That way he can have access to them. Normally, it's my practice. I like to have the pin drive myself so I can at least hold it. But in this case, there was a middle person. I can't locate it at the moment.
All right.
I can make sure that I get the evidence as soon as possible, maybe within a day or two.
Your Honor, the last time I was given the CDs, they weren't complete. And that's why I dropped off the thumb drive. And I can get him another thumb drive tomorrow morning.
All right.
And,
So what we'll do is, Norma, on De La Rosa, if you recall this back the week of January 6th for discovery.
January 6th, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes. All right,
May my client and I be excused?
once he signs the reset form.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Brian Pena,
Wait, Judge,
good morning. How's it going?
going great.
Your suits are always fabulous. I always would wonder, guys always are just plain navy, red.
Not here.
No, I appreciate that.
Mama made me one just like the color of your sweater for Christmas.
So I'm telling you, that would go perfect.
I'll bring it to court when we have time.
All right.
Mr.
Where's your
You
client?
can pass it.
Come down, please.
Oh, so
All right, so where are we on discovery with
It's
this?
the same issue that Mr. DeLeon had. I have
Are
the
you all
code.
co-defendants?
Yes, so I'm asking if possible, we can get the February 13th date as well.
Yes.
So there's a lot to review, so.
All right, Norma, on Brian Pena, we'll bring him back on February 13th as well. All right, do you have any questions about anything? How old are you?
21.
Okay. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome.
You Judge.
Rey de la Rosa,
Johnny De La Rosa.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. All right, State, were you able to tender an offer?
Well, Judge, today was discovery deadline. The discovery's been uploaded.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, all discovery is supposed to be received, and then State is to tender an offer. And then I was gonna set it for a plea deadline date.
I haven't looked at the video. If you can give me like maybe 3 weeks, if I can come back.
All right, this is what we'll do. You all will have to confer off docket for an offer.
Will do.
All right, and I can set it for the end of January if you all would like.
Be great. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Ferguson on De La Rosa, I need a date for the end of January for plea deadline date.
1:30?
All right, is that good for you, counsel?
Yes, Judge.
And is that enough time?
Yes, ma'am, it should be.
All right. All right, we'll bring you back on January 30th. Do you have any questions about anything? All right,
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Norma, I don't need a setting since he's.
I just want to make sure somebody else with it on the MTR because there's a negotiation. For both. Oh,
the
good.
NPR, and
Oh, very good. Okay.
David Bennett's right here, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Thank you.
I need to check out. The first thing will be to be honest. Alfredo Guzman. Yes, thank you. The turkey came out okay.
No, that's fine. Put a follow when you get a chance, please.
Somebody that heard you tell in the background. Maybe when you left it. Going down to pick them up. I said, okay, there's some hungry people.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Welcome, thank you.
He's still working on it. Fernando Hernandez. He's got 6 cases. Yes, oh, yeah.
He is a Spanish speaker.
Thank you.
No, it's all about to me. They're not allowed to be.
But that's not them. That's the parents.
All right.
We're going to interpret for that one.
Okay.
You can attach it to the front of the camera. There you go.
It's right there. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
All right, who's the one who needs an interpreter? All right, Alfredo Guzman.
Present Judge. Good morning.
Good morning, how's it going?
Super.
Oh.
I was just telling somebody it's my last case of the day, week, month, and year right here.
Oh, awesome. Now, have you just jinxed it? I don't know.
Probably.
But it may be good. Maybe somebody's gonna walk in and say, I have $1 million. Will you please represent me? And help me get a bond.
Like two now. Inflation.
Yeah. All right, so where are we on discovery?
We have discovery, we have an offer that we are strongly considering. We may fine tune it a little bit. It would give us, it have been generously an offer, generously welcome to leaving the offer open one more setting. Today is our first setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 1-month setting for plea deadline date?
I can do the 16th, January 16th.
All right, January 16th?
Is that a Friday, Judge?
No.
Okay. I wash my hair on Fridays.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's plea deadline date. All right, is the interpreter here yet? Vincent Munoz.
Judge, I could,
Oh, okay, I see it. Where is Vincent Munoz? Is he on bond?
I can.
All right, when you get a chance, can you bring him out? Thank you.
He's gonna need an interpreter as well. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Enrique Hernandez.
Your Honor, we're gonna need an interpreter.
Okay, did he appear? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ah. State, Jason, Jason, were you the attorney on Greer? Were you the attorney on Greer with Michael DeLeon? It's the co-defendant, yeah. It's the co-defendant and a lot of discovery.
I believe I was.
The attorney is asking that he have partial GPS so that he can work. Okay, all right, if you could look at it and let me know. But here's the, what he's requesting.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was in.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll take a quick look at it, Judge. I'm not familiar with it, but I can take a look at it.
all right, thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Put it in the state's file, I'm sorry. Judge, have a good holiday.
All right, you too.
Okay, got it.
Gonna go right through Louisiana on Saturday.
Ah, what part?
Well, we're go on our way to Florida.
Ah,
We're gonna Lake Charles for steak dinner at Gordon Ramsay.
okay. So what are you doing in Florida?
My in-laws live in Lee, Florida, in between Tallahassee and Lake Charles. Right off I-10.
Awesome. Well, safe
Right,
travels.
so 6.
I'm gonna spend more time traveling than we are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you,
traveling
Judge.
is great as long as you don't say, oh, we need to be to this place by this time. If you just enjoy it.
Yeah, the only one.
And
we only have
you
that
said there's
one,
another one,
But we're leaving at 8 hours. We're giving ourselves 8 hours to travel.
That's the
4
name of the
hours.
planet?
Okay, that's awesome. Have a good one.
Okay.
Be safe out there.
Like this, okay.
Mhm.
He's not on phone. We have one in jail, one on.
Okay,
In touch, the interpreter's name is.
all right, and they're both amended. Okay, okay.
All right, whenever they're ready with the interpreter, just let me know.
Rios. Got it.
We're back on that restitution hearing on Mario Vargas. Yeah, the state just let me know they're not going forward with it. So I don't know if we just need to appear in front of the judge for them to say that. Okay. Thank you. And I'll have him log on.
Thank you so much. Yep.
You're welcome. Are y'all ready on Enrique Hernandez?
Your Honor, he just stepped out for the restroom. I don't. see him. I apologize.
Oh,
Judge.
that's okay.
She's just speaking with him. Yes, she's right there now.
All right, Fernando Hernandez.
And Yoshio and Kelly Cruz. We're just sharing discovery compliance. Please.
Good morning.
Bueno, se va a parar aquí. A ver, después siempre viendo la yo le hago.
All right, so I'm assuming on this, there are no more unindicted cases. Have all the cases been indicted?
Since the last setting, Judge, there were 2 unindicted cases, one has been indicted and the second one has not been indicted. Today we have tendered a global offer that would resolve all of the cases. And that's the status quo, Judge.
All right, and I'm assuming he's already spoken to an immigration attorney?
He spoke to him yesterday, Your Honor, at an interview. And I don't have the report yet, but he did talk to me verbally on the phone, looking after him. I spoke to my client today about it, and I just need one more reset to,
All
he
right,
wants to hire an immigration attorney also.
all right, Norma, set this for a plea deadline date, the week of January 6th. All right, January 9th is going to be your plea deadline date. You'll need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer on that date. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Maybe excuse afterwards.
Yes.
Time to change flowers.
Enrique Hernandez?
Present judge.
Yes.
He's not present judge.
Yes. All right. Can you call, Norma, can you call Michael DeLeon and have him come back?
Yeah, he was going to go for guys, and he will come back.
All right, thank you.
He's pretty.
Okay, sure. All right.
Mr. De La Cruz is present, Your Honor.
All right.
May I approach?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, this is Criminal Trial Division,
It is, Your Honor.
and has an offer been received?
No, Your Honor, we were here on a discovery compliance hearing. I have not been able to access discovery through e-discovery.
Mhm.
I've spoken with the prosecutor. He is kind enough to download the state's discovery onto a thumb drive, and he's doing so this morning, Your Honor.
Okay,
I will be able to view
I-
discovery.
I apologize for interrupting. I am trying. Right now, it seems like attempting to do so is crashing my system.
And I've spoken with the state. It's my understanding the state has no issue leaving the thumb drive at the fourth floor window for me to pick up. Between now and the next court date, I will be able to view discovery and speak with the state about any possible plea offers.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this the week of January 6th, please. Is January 7th?
I will be here January 7th, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Is there any questions?
No.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time, Judge.
You too.
No problem.
Yoshio Dela Cruz, who's the
Present.
attorney?
Present, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good morning. So today we're here for discovery.
We are, Judge. I believe that we are in possession of complete discovery from the state. The only outstanding issue that I had was looking at the NCIC, TCIC for the complaining witness, and I've just received the state's file. I will be able to complete that today.
All right, and did they tender an offer to you?
They have not yet tendered an offer, Judge.
All right, Norma, so we'll recall this as well for January 7th, since you're gonna be here.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court. Do you have any questions? All right, well, we'll see you then.
Your Honor, I appreciate the court's time.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Give you Merry Christmas, Your Honor.
You too. Mario Vargas.
Good morning, Josh. He should be present on Zoom. Hopefully he logged in.
Yes, he
He's at
did.
work.
Thank you, Beverly.
Yeah. That'll.
Hey, have a good Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Mr. Vargas, if you'll show your video, please. All right, while he's working on that, because we can't proceed without his video, where are we on restitution?
Morning.
The daughter of the gentleman who owns the property and who now has power of attorney because of his declining mental faculties, informed our office that she does not wish to pursue further restitution in this matter.
All right. All right, then. Then we don't need to go on the record. So, Ms. Abrams, there's no restitution.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
No, thank you, Josh.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
Yes, sir.
On the nettles, on the.
All right, Norma. On Maneras, we need a interpreter. The one that's just been given to me, Alan Maneras Pettis.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
I don't have a quarrel with your notes or whatever's in the system, but if we know Bettis is okay to proceed without a interpreter.
All right, Norma, cancel the request.
I appreciate your thoroughness and. the
Yeah,
fact
I
that
mean,
you
I just have it as
wanted
another.
to show me a picture.
Sure, all right. All right,
No,
let's-
I appreciate that you want to be thorough about this.
yes, all right, let's have him come down.
And Judge Vincent, when you need to make it.
All right. Hello. All right. All right, so you do not need an interpreter, is that correct? Okay. All right, so where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we have turned over all the discovery we have. We did just need a protective order signed for the TPS records. And we did turn those over to defense.
And those were two discs, Your Honor. I've got them both now. And I do believe at this point that is all the discovery.
And state, were you able to tender an offer?
We were, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you, sir?
I'm
34. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this for a plea deadline date, the week of January 6th, please? Yes.
If we could have a little more time on that, Your Honor. I don't know how many pages we're looking at in these CPS records. I'd like to be able to go through them and go through them as well. And the holidays being upon us as well.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set it for the week of January 27th. All right, that's your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
And with that, may I excuse, Your Honor?
Yes. And I'm sorry, Norma, who was the inmate who was out for me?
Munoz? It was,
It's Vincent Munoz. Vincent Munoz, come down. All right, your attorney is ill. I think there's some kind of flu or bug or something that's going around. Norma, can you recall this for the week of January 6th? All right, so we're gonna bring you back on January 7th and your attorney will be here at that time. If there's something else going on, he'll let us know.
Okay,
All right,
so
thank
much.
you.
Have a good day.
You too. Hello.
Are you still on with that? Yeah.
I'm sorry, who? No, he did not. You're welcome. Luis De Leon?
Christmas. Your birthday.
Morning, Your Honor. How are you this morning?
How's it going? Hello. Okay. Today is plea deadline date?
It is, Judge. We respectfully request just a short reset or a reset I think we can reach a plea in the case.
Okay.
I've made a counter to the state's reasonable offer. They want to, I think, run that by their complainant to see if we can't get this thing resolved. I think we're all very hopeful that it will get resolved. We're just not quite there yet.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you recall this for the week of January 13th, please.
That's perfect, Judge. That's perfect.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. That will be your final plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge, very much. Merry Christmas to you. if I don't speak
Merry
to you.
Christmas.
Very nice to see
Okay,
you.
have a good one.
Thank you.
Oh, you know who I ran into?
Who's that?
One of our classmates, James Warner.
Oh, where did you see James?
It was at the Mama event.
Okay.
Yes.
And I saw Todd Nichols. I don't know if you remember Todd or
Yeah.
not, but he's up in Austin. And so I was in San Marcos, hearing before Judge Tanner Niederhart,
Mhm.
and Todd grabbed me and just said, "Hey, what's up?" And so we talked it up.
We
And,
still do the reunion thing.
well, let's get together, Judge.
Okay.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one.
Have a good day.
You too. Alexander Rodriguez. Good morning. Hello.
How are you?
All right. Green's your color.
I love it now with the red, thank you.
So where's your client?
He's not set today. I just gave you motions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not set. He's in custody.
Okay.
It's just investigative motions. Sorry. Nothing I've shared with you. No, nothing exciting. That cup is cute, Judge.
Oh, thank you.
I'm in here.
Mhm.
Probably because I have a coat on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carissa just got me this for Christmas. Isn't it cute? She did good.
Okay, with regards to the recovery of investigative expenses, you'll need to speak with district court admin because we're only allowed to assign on certain type of cases. For example, if it's a capital murder or murder before the case is concluded. So if
Okay.
you want to speak to them about it, you can.
Okay.
All
Thank you,
right.
Judge.
You're welcome.
You guys try that cake Clarissa brought?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you get to try the cake Clarissa brought?
Oh, it is awesome. It's not good for
I haven't-
anybody's diet.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, no, it's good. It brought back childhood
Oh,
memories.
good. I don't think calories count at Christmas time though.
Oh, okay.
It was so cute. It's like a work of art. I know. I know. I haven't gotten to taste it yet, but she gave us one too. I'm like, okay, gotta take it home to my family.
All right, and they'll give you a copy.
Okay, thank you.
Norma, do you say you see your Shoni Dela Cruz on the docket? Ah, I found it. Yes, thank you.
We're ready for request to reset on that. I'm just going off.
1 second. Thanks, sir.
I was just gonna try to show you the one.
Giselle Sauceda. Who's the attorney?
Ready, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, counsel, you're on this side. So was an offer tendered?
Offer was tendered, Judge. We need some time to take a look at.
All right, how old are you?
34.
All right, the reason why I ask that question always is so I can take in consideration age for plea deadline dates, because sometimes younger people, they need more time to consider consequences of actions.
You've not been through this before.
Yeah. All right, so what we'll do is I'll set it for the end of January for plea deadline date. Is that enough time? Counsel, is that enough time?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Sauceda, if we can set this for a plea deadline date, the week of January 27th, please. All right, so January 28th, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. All right, thank you. And Norma, what page is she on?
Page 5.
Thank you. Johnny Ruiz.
Present, Your Honor. Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Hello. So today an offer was to be tendered. Has that been done?
Yes, sir.
It has, Your Honor, it's a serious offer. We would like time to discuss it with him and his family. And we just learned of it today, so we're just asking for time to contemplate it.
All right. How old are you, sir?
38.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this for the end of January for a plea deadline date, please?
January.
All right, January 28th is your plea deadline date. You'll need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
After that, if no agreement has been reached, your next setting is going to be a jury trial date.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you too.
I'll get. Way back. Yes, ma'am.
Who's here on Curtis Wilson?
I think that's done. She's in the back.
Okay, all right, we can wait when you're ready, counsel. Just let the court know. All right.
My son's girlfriend joined us after all, so she's here.
Oh, that is
I
awesome.
didn't know if you wanted to meet her. for a
Yes.
moment.
Okay. Hello. Hi, welcome. So, what's your name?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, Layla. So my understanding, you're in college? What are you studying? Okay, that's what I did as well. So do you still have a lot of electives with political science? All right, I ended up taking a lot of psychology courses because people are saying, Stephanie, it'll be fun. And it was fun. But what are you planning on doing? Not sure. Okay, you still have time. What year are you in college? Freshman? Oh, you still have time, but it speeds by very quickly. I remember when I was in school, there was somebody there who was on their fifth changing of their degree. So it was very interesting. I'm like, they may still be in college now, changing their degree. So don't be that person who's in your 8th year, still changing your mind.
Okay.
But political science is a great option to get a degree in, because if you review, there are so many things that you can do with political science that you can work anywhere in government. You can be a part of city planning. So there's a lot of uses for political science. People just think, oh, it's a Bachelor of Arts. You can't do anything with that, but you can do a lot.
But she wants to go to law school, so.
So if you want to go to law school, here's my other recommendation. A lot of people say, oh, you need to take a lot of logic courses. I took maybe 2 logic courses because I had chance for a lot of electives. But I would suggest you can just take 1 logic course and a lot of English courses. Because when you get to law school, you're going to find that you're doing a lot of writing, because they're going to put you in legal writing. Of course, legal writing is slightly different from, what you study in literature, but it's still good to have that foundation of that. But if you need anything, let me know.
Thank you.
And remember, I know that sometimes people are all about, I need to be first in my class, which is great. But at the end of the day, when you take your LSAT, your goal for taking the LSAT, sure, you want to have the top score of everybody in the entire world. But your main goal for taking the LSAT is so you can get into law school. And trust me, once you get into law school, watch this. Defense attorneys, raise your hand if when you graduate, and prosecutors, attorneys, that's what I should say, attorneys, raise your hand if anybody has ever asked you what rank you were in law school. He's joking. Can I have a raise of hands? Raise your hands if anybody asked you what your LSAT score was. So there you go. So
Graduated last.
So, yeah, a bar score. Nobody ever asked you that. And people always were on edge when scores came out in law school. And they would come to me like, Stephanie, why are you not rushing to check through the board? I'm like, we've already turned in our tests. I said, now, if checking the board and see where I ranked would help me change where I'm ranked, I'll do it. I said, but otherwise you can't do anything. It's out of your control. So I say that to say, it is rare, if ever, that anybody asks you what your rank was. Now, mind you, if you score the highest on your exam, your bar exam, you'll get a chance to go to the Capitol. They'll swear you in at the Capitol. Your name will be in lights. But yeah. So I tell you all this to tell you, don't get so caught up in worrying about everything that you're not enjoying the college experience. Now, don't go crazy in college. You can't flunk out, right? But don't get so caught up in, oh my gosh, I gotta be number one. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Because this is still a time where you're not fully adulting yet, which is great. So enjoy it. All right.
Thank
And
you,
if you
Judge.
need anything, let me know, okay? And you're always welcome to come back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
To butt in a little bit, I
Yeah.
would say your better bet to worry about is not your ranking or your scores. It's like, oh, did I participate in like a law review or
Yeah.
mock trials?
Mhm.
People care about that because you put all that on your resume. More
Yeah.
experiences than scores. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
I did not do it on that.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good luck.
You're really early compared to my ETA, so, I mean, 2 points. Hey, Tiffany Martinez, you put her up.
Tiffany Martinez.
Thank you.
All right, Norma, what page is Vincent Munoz on, if you see him?
I'll talk unless you wanna go back.
Oh, I found it. Yes. Almost two guys. All right, Vicente Bravo. And counsel, is this an application?
It is, Judge. Is that question for deferred?
All right, probation, this is an application for deferred adjudication. Court is calling 2024 CR 4000, State of Texas versus Vicente Bravo. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harris Edelman for the state.
Sean Simpson for Mr. Bravo.
And are you Mr. Bravo?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Bravo, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
States, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Raro, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention in a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Bravo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years and that there be 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty,
No
not
contest.
guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Contained in Exhibit 1 attachments, Your Honor.
No objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulations of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so why did you do this?
At the time, I did not know why they were arresting me, and I had just gotten out of work. So it was around 1 in the morning. I was tired, and I made the decision. What I could.
But according to the police report, it says that you pulled over, you got out of the vehicle, they were talking to you, and then you resisted arrest and you jumped back in the vehicle and then drove off.
When they first asked me to get out of the vehicle, I had asked what was the reason, and they didn't want to give me a reason, and they asked me again to step out of the vehicle. So again, I asked what was the reason, and they just said it was for their safety. So I was like, okay, I'll step out of the vehicle. Stepped out, and immediately that's when they started trying to put handcuffs on me. I got scared and undid myself, and I asked them, hold on, what's going on? And they didn't want to say anything and tried again. Again, I got scared, didn't know what was going on, and I made a bad decision that night.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
20 what?
23.
Do you have any children?
No, no,
All right, do you live by yourself or with someone?
by myself.
And are you employed?
Yes,
What do you do?
I work in security.
Working security?
Yes.
And this is where you are? So with this, is security still gonna allow you to work security?
I believe so.
Well, do they know about this?
Yes,
All right, and what is happening with the resisting arrest case? Was that ever filed?
That case has been dismissed, Judge.
All right. Court will sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I did some college. I was doing my associates for automotive engineering.
All right, so what are you planning on doing? Do you want to complete your college degree or?
Yes, I want to complete my college degree, but right now I have too many payments and I just have to focus on working to get rid of all those payments.
Too many payments for what?
My vehicle payments, my home rent, insurance, the court expenses. I also have tickets that I have to pay off.
Okay. All right, 200 hours community service restitution. I'm gonna order defensive driving course. I think his tickets, they'll probably order that as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, if he completes that under his traffic ticket issues, the court will take that into consideration.
Thank you, Judge.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Off the record for a moment, there is not to be any talking behind the court reporter while we're on the record, please. All right. So we can, did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court and address it with me. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Remain in court, and probation will go over conditions with you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Thank you, Judge.
Make better decisions, okay?
Yes, Mom.
All right, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2024. DR. 22, 24. 2448. 2440. I see. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. What's up?
You're keeping here?
Tiffany Martinez. Who's the attorney for Tiffany Martinez? Oh, thank you. So what are we here for on this case?
Judge, this is the second setting she's had since she's been indicted. The case took over a year to indict. We're still waiting on discovery and trying to get that together.
Okay,
So we're just asking for one more setting to be able to do that.
all right, and so discovery.
As far as I'm aware, Your Honor, all the discovery has been tendered and
What?
Uh-huh,
I just
yeah.
had a notice of additional stuff last night, so.
All right,
a
so
little
this is gonna be the final discovery date. States you need to make sure that everything is uploaded.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson, if you'll put this at the end of January. All right, January 28th. All right, thank you.
Judge.
You're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. And number, what page is she on? All right, thank you. April Perez. Who's the attorney for April Perez?
Present for a judge.
Thank you.
We're here for a plea deadline, Judge.
All right. Good morning. All right, so is there gonna be a request for jury trial?
Yes, Judge.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
It's a possession case, there's 2 officers and I guess a live person.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. It's a drug case. They're saying 2 days.
I believe I may need to bench warrant a person that was there at the scene in the vehicle with her.
All right. All right, your jury trial date is gonna be January 21st. The court will not accept any plea bargaining agreements without good cause, otherwise you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? Okay, and if you all can make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery has been completed.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, after you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Okay, thank you. And Norma, do you have a page number for her? Thank you.
So weird that my phone, when I go to my app. No, my phone.
Bradley Gallon.
Yes, Judge. Present for him, he's here.
Okay.
This is a case where we had previously had a motion to suppress. We're waiting for a ruling from the Court of Criminal Appeals. I don't believe one has come back down there.
All right, what we'll do is we'll set this for the end of January as well, for the same date. What would, let me see. All
The 21st?
right, we'll set it for the 21st.
Okay, Judge, thanks.
All right, thank you. Norma Gallon.
And is that just
21st?
for I guess, a status or?
Yes.
Oh, I guess go on. Yes, ma'am. You don't have any sort next week? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we've ever had court on Christmas.
Excuse me, did somebody say they wanted a jury trial on Christmas Eve?
Just the early Christmas gift.
A one day trial?
And this is a discovery acknowledgement you read.
Governors. I think my little girl.
Well, we were set last week.
The 73rd Judicial District. Like maybe the governor's office is going to have right on that.
Find out who's really.
Raymond McKinney.
Judge, I'm present on that, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I've been conferring with Megan.
All right, Megan,
So Judge, this is a case I took over for Tony Jimenez. He had withdrawn. There is an additional file that was filed under a AKA.
Mhm.
And I need some additional time to go through all the discovery and then figure out what motions to file. And then also to file a speedy trial motion. But I asked for, the last time we were here, I think they couldn't find the files. They found two of them and the other one is under a different name and they're gonna get that one too. But I think we should have all the discovery.
all right, so does he only have 3 cases?
That's my knowledge, yes.
All right, so you have all the discovery?
My understanding, yes.
State, were you able to tender an offer?
There's one in the file, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll set it for a plea deadline date.
No.
Counsel, how much time are you asking?
I'd say 60 days if I could, Judge, so I can go through all this stuff. I'm pretty backed up in January, particularly in this court.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 45-day reset for a plea deadline date on McKinney?
Very Solomonic, split the difference.
See, there you go.
I can do February 3rd.
All right, February 3rd, that's when we'll bring you back. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Judge, if we could, can we do the 4th? I'm set on the jury docket in Atascosa and district court. I don't think I'll go, but I'll need to announce.
Norma, can you put this on the 4th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Judge.
And you said you had something you wanted to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you cleared that with your defense attorney to see if it's appropriate?
Judge, if he wants to speak, I have no problem with that.
All right, yes.
Thank you a lot. And if you would, may I please establish this on the record, please?
Oh, sure. We're going on the record in 2024 CR 009238, 2024 CR 012230, and 2024 CR 012200, State versus Raymond Lee McKinney. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state of Texas.
Robert Mauer for defendant.
And are you Mr. Raymond Lee McKinney?
Yes, I am.
All right, there's something you wanted to address?
Yes, ma'am, it is. I want to bring to the court's attention from the onset and cause number 2024 CR 009238. From the onset, I have expressed my desire with the attorney before, Antonio Jimenez, in addition to Mr. Robert Maurer, my wish to proceed in the fastest fashion possible.
Okay.
In addition to that, with the other causes or case numbers, 2024 PF 1622 4 and 2024 PF 16225, I've done the same. Considering Mr. Maurer has been the attorney in those matters solely. Here it is. It's from the June case in CR 009238. I've been pending prosecution since June 14th to be exact. And even with the court, with the presiding, I have expressed same assertions. And I'd like for the record to reflect that I insist on moving as fast as possible. I understand that Mr. Maurer here has other matters, but I mean, I'm constantly being put at the back end of those matters or at the bottom of the totem pole, so to say. So if the court would, no disrespect to Mr. Maurer, I'm pretty sure he's a swell attorney. Provide me somebody who could aid and assist me in the matters as speedily as possible.
Judge, I would have no objections to withdrawing. I tried 3 cases in the last 2 months that are jail cases, including a murder case and a sexual assault. So if you want somebody else, Judge, I would be more than happy. There are many able attorneys that I'm looking at in this court who would do a great job on this case.
All right, I appreciate that. Let me explain.
And again, I
something.
mean.
No. Let me explain something to you, Mr. McKinney.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand what you're saying. And the state of our society has always been that there are always people who are alleged to have committed offenses. So I want you to turn around and look behind you. No, turn around, turn around, look behind you. All of those people are defendants who have cases on the docket. Look in the box. All those people have cases on the docket. There are cases that are capital murder cases that are set for trial that are ahead of yours. So even if your attorney were to say, I want to go to trial today, number one, we can't go today. Are there jurors even today? There are no jurors scheduled because they're taking time off for holidays. So even if you wanted a jury trial today and I was able to give you one today, I can't because I don't have any jurors. And what I can tell you is the inmates in the box cannot be on your jury panel. I think the state would probably object to them. The defendants in the gallery, they can't be on your jury. I think the state would probably object to them. And legally, because they're not a part of the rotation and they haven't been called up for jury duty, they can't be on your jury panel. So I don't even have jurors to go to a jury trial today. What I can tell you is this court is a trying court. And I think the defense attorneys and the prosecutors will tell you, we're usually in jury trial almost every week or every other week. Your case, while I know you feel it's old, it is not old for the criminal justice system. And your case, the first time that I had you in this court was October 29th. And then an attorney withdrew and your attorney on November 7th was actually in a jury trial. He can't be in two places at the same time.
But at that time, October 29th, he had asked for the court to grant him a reset for the next day, which would have been October
He's in
30th.
jury trial. Let me ask you this. If you have somebody who's in jury trial, and I will tell you, he's on the 3G list. So he's not trying the state jail felonies, of course, unless somebody wants a trial on the state jail felonies. The cases that he is trying are major cases. They're like murder cases. They're like 3G sexual assault cases. So the question for you is, do you understand that defense attorneys need a break too? Like putting them to trial for 1 week and they finish on a Friday and then you say your next trial is on a Monday, they need mental health breaks as well. I've been a defense attorney, I've been a prosecutor. Even prosecutors need mental health breaks. So I think you want your attorney at his top performance, and part of being at his top performance is not being in back-to-back trials, which is what has happened with your attorney. You understand?
No,
So
I understand
what
fully.
this is what is going to happen. On February 4th, that's going to be your plea deadline date. Either you worked out an agreement with the state or you have not. And then after that, you are getting your jury trial date. Can I give you a jury trial date in February? Yes, I can. But guess what? It's probably not going to go because we have a capital murder that the beginning of February. And then guess what? After that, we have a murder case. Then we have another murder case. Then we have another murder case. So I will put you in order as far as length of time that you've been in custody and whether or not you come up first before the other cases. Do you understand?
I understand if you may.
All right.
If you may, now please say one additional
Sure.
thing, please. And so I don't get dismissed school or mistakenly speak. May I please grab what I'm finna say out of my photo, please?
I'm sorry, what?
May I please grab what I'm finna say out of my photo?
All right, what are your plans to say?
It's in regards to law.
All right, so
I don't
here's-
want to mistake it.
All right, here's the thing. There is nothing that I can give to you. Sometimes I ask people, what is it specifically you want? So what I've determined from you questioning me is you want a jury trial today. It's not happening.
That's not what I'm saying. What
All
I'm
right, do
saying-
you want a jury trial as soon as possible?
That's what I've been.
We will
asking
give
for.
you one as soon as possible. So thank you very much, okay?
But again, dear judge, again, a backlog case is not justification to.
Judge, may I be
to
excused?
deny me
Yes,
thank
the
you.
warden of my speedy trial.
All right, thank you.
Okay. No, it's okay, I appreciate it.
All right, Christopher Buenoteo.
Yeah, we agree.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2440, State versus Christopher R. Buenteo, could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett, you know.
defense?
Dwight Chumley.
And are you Mr. Buenteo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled, motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Christopher Buenteo who was placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 2440 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on March 28, 2024 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 39 on or about the 22nd day of November 2024 in Thur County, Texas. The defendant Christopher R. Pompeo within and there failed to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Deferred County Community Supervision and Corrections Department's duly diagnosed residential facility, and that the defendant was unsuccessfully discharged due to program refusal in violation of condition number 39.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 39, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 39? Court would find that violation of condition number 39 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and it is to grant the motion, revoke the individual office community supervision, and to sentence them to reform the underlying sentence of 2 years to 9 months.
It's our agreement, Your Honor.
All right, so why should I just sentence him to 9 months when he refused to participate?
Well, he has an issue with rehab because he doesn't feel like he is an addict and that he doesn't need the care. My experience over the years is if someone doesn't want care like that, that it's not going to do much to make him go through it. And I think that's what Mr. Buenteo's position is.
All right. All right, the court is going to grant the motion, revoke you. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegation in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
And that's 2 years with Bexar.
Yes, you'll get credit for any time that you were in custody. All right, thank you. Who is here on Jose Amador?
Judge, I'm present for, this was set earlier this week. I was in jury trial.
Yes.
And I got a notice of setting for that first week of January. I was asking if we can recall it for later that month.
All right, what date are you asking for?
Anytime that week, I mean, that month, other than that first week.
The 14th, Judge?
All right, the 14th is fine.
Okay, Judge, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Samantha Ladon. All right, I don't know why. Samantha Ladon.
Oh, I think you did.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so is she on bond or is she in custody? All right, Deputy, when you get a chance, could you bring out Samantha Ladon, please? Yes. And Norma, we'll recall it for January 7th. Is that a good day? Alex Casas. All right. Hello. All right, so today was supposed to be plea deadline date.
Actually, Judge, we have a phone dump that we didn't realize we had previously. So we needed an opportunity to give defense counsel a copy, so I just needed to do that. So I don't know if we can have one more discovery setting, short setting.
All right, Norma, if you recall this for plea deadline date for that first week in January, please. All right, January 9th.
Thank
Once
you.
you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right. Renee Camarillo. And I think you all just finished jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did, yes, we finished on Friday.
So, you all need a jury trial date, correct?
Correct, Judge.
Judge, sorry, but I talked to Norma, we picked the date already,
Yes.
if that's okay.
Yes.
It's June 10th, 2025.
All right, we will bring you back on June 10th, 2025. That's the earliest date we have available for a jury trial date. If something opens up sooner and they want to come back sooner, then we'll bring you back sooner. Do you have any questions? All right, you're going to be brought over dressed for trial in whatever civilian clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something different, you need to speak to your attorney. And counsel, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, just let the court know.
Thank you, Judge, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Javier Rodriguez. All right, hello. Today is plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here for Mr. Lauda. He's in juvenile court. He had spoken to the prosecutor previously.
Yes.
They have approved him for pretrial diversion.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a date for PTD, please? All right, January 28th. Make sure everything is filled out, okay? All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Macedonio Claudio Jr.
That's better than me.
That's almost Greek, the first name.
I always, I gotta look to see where the comma is, to see what the person.
Oh, yeah. All right, so where are we on discovery?
We have all the discovery, we have the lab, we just need time to review that, Your Honor.
Okay. State, were you able to tender an offer or no?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Norma, give me a 30-day reset and state at that time an offer will be due.
I can do the
All right, January 16th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Will you be around this afternoon or tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, I just have to formally present.
Okay,
So
sure.
it's-
No, no,
Okay,
no
thank you.
problem.
I just want to make sure. Thanks, Judge.
All right, Jason Andrade. And counsel, is this an application?
It is.
All right, probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2024 CR 009620, State of Texas versus Jason Anthony Andrade. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
In Galloway for the state.
Defense?
Bud Rittenhour for the defense.
And are you Mr. Andrade?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have your own.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Counsel, is this going to be an application for deferred or no?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Andrade, did you review the document entitled application for deferred with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Andrade, did you review the court's admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with harassment of a public servant. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application, for deferred adjudication. If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Andrade, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
That is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There were none.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, a mental health evaluation, anger management course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
The state offers state's exhibit number 1 and attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? State, you may be excused. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just follow the agreement.
All right. Mr. Andrade, have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
All right, so what caused all of this?
Just. I was drinking alcohol at the time. I recently stopped drinking alcohol due to the fact that I don't know how to handle it when I drink.
All right, are you employed?
No, ma'am, not currently. I'm currently in school, in a trade school to be an electrician.
Okay. So how do you support yourself?
I have family support me.
Do you have any children?
I have a baby girl on the way. She's doing me.
All right, this is what the court will do. There's a $2,000 fine that's to be probated, MIC evaluation, and TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. If the recommendation from TAP is inpatient treatment, we can have a hearing in regards to that, counsel.
John.
Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. 5 years deferred adjudication. 120 hours of community service restitution. 20 hours will be deducted upon completion of parenting classes. The remaining 100 hours be deducted once you've obtained your certificate from trade school.
Yes, thank you.
There's going to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. There is to be regular random UAs. Make sure they test for alcohol and regular reporting by Zoom or in person and anger management course. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. You obviously have an alcohol problem, right? So you're one of those people in the population who cannot drink at all. Do not backslide. If you have an issue or you need help with anything, or you feel like you're going to use alcohol, because while you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol, even at your home, pick up the phone, call probation. They'll try to get you some help. If you feel as though they're not addressing issues you have, you can always come back to the court, okay?
Talk to the hotlines too, wherever I call them, they help me, so I've stopped doing all that.
All right, good. All right, good luck to you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court, and probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Who's here on David Villarreal? And counsel, is this an application? All right. Probation, there's no application. Court is calling 2024 CR 011631, State versus David Villarreal. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense?
For the defense.
All right. And are you Mr. Villarreal? Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are waiving the repeat offender enhancement.
And no objection.
All right.
And he also has an MTR.
Okay. All right, I'll get to the MTR
Okay.
after this. All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both, all the appropriate places?
Yes, sure.
Did you understand you're charged with theft of property, 2,500 to 30,000 as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
No.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Villarreal, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 14 months in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine, no applications. This is to run concurrent with DC 2024 CR 2759. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
State offers is exhibit number 1 and attachments.
No objections.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would just like for you to follow the agreement on both this case and also on the motion to revoke probation.
All right. Court will find you guilty, sentence you to 14 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money is to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 2759. There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with Alyssa, ALYSSA, Bon, BON, Cantu. There's to be no contact with Jacob, Matthew Alderete. All right, did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is proceeding on 2024 CR 2759. Did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same David Villarreal who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on June 24th, 2024 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Judge, the state wishes to proceed on violation of condition number 1 on or about the 9th day of August 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, David Villarreal, committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You have to plead either true or not true.
Are you're pleading not true?
On that case, yeah.
I believe that case is the case that you just pled to and I sentenced you. Is that correct?
It is correct.
Do you want to discuss that with him?
No, go ahead.
No. I want to,
Sorry
I don't
about
want you to be confused about anything.
Sorry about that.
So, no. No need to apologize. So what you just pled to?
Was that, yes.
Yes, theft. Now, in the motion to revoke, the state is alleging that theft in the motion to revoke. So you can either plead true to it or not true. That's completely up to you. I'm sorry?
It's true.
All right, do you understand everything?
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, has he been able to understand everything?
He has been.
All right. So state,
You waive and abandon the remainders, Your Honor.
No objections.
all right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to $10,000 fine and up to 2 years in the state jail facility? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. It is for the court to grant the state's motion and turn adjudication of guilt against the defendant, revoke his community supervision, and sentence him to 14 months in the state jail facility concurrent with the case. That's 2024 CR 011631.
I'm sorry, 631.
631.
All right, has he done anything on probation other than the new offense?
I think he reported one time and spoke to his probation officer. Then he became homeless after that. And he lost his phone and had all sorts of difficulties. So I don't think he ever went back and saw his probation officer again.
All right, probation.
Yes, Judge.
Um, did he ever obtain employment and report it to probation?
No, Judge.
Did he ever report his sober support meetings?
No, Judge.
Did he ever report? Would you like to let the court know what you've done?
I haven't.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. You're gonna have to make sure you keep your voice up. You're David Villarreal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you ever report?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Just one time I spoke to my probation officer. We had a very good conversation. Everything was great. And at the time I was using my mother's number, her phone, and she actually kicked me out of the house. So I became homeless and she took her phone back. So I had no way to contact my PO wife. There's
All
no
right, so she
excuse.
had a reason for putting you out of her house though, correct?
Yes,
All right. Did you ever complete any sober meetings?
no,
Did you ever complete parenting classes?
no, ma'am. I did a platform here.
So you have done nothing? All right. All right, the court is going to find violation of condition number 1 true. The court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to revoke. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. You get credit for any time served. Court will ask for the therapeutic community. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 011631. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. So it appears to the court, you may have some other issues going on in your life. When you're released from custody, if you can't find a place to stay, if you can't find treatment, just let the court know. And if I'm here, I'll see if I can find a place for you, okay? All right, good luck to you. All right, who's here on Daniel Montoya?
Yeah. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So is this one that has a co-defendant or something with Michael DeLeon's client?
No,
Okay.
we're not.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Go ahead.
Your Honor, we have uploaded everything we have to Discovery. I believe defense is getting that or is having some issues accessing.
Yeah, I got locked out.
They're like, we don't need to show this to the defense.
Yeah.
The computer system.
Yeah, so I'm locked out. I downloaded a bunch of stuff, but to get we're gonna look at it and talk some more, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Perkins, can I have a discovery date, 30 days, please, on Montoya? All right, January 14th. We'll see you then.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Email me here, they're waiting in back, too many inmates up here.
All right.
For that recess.
Okay. All right. James Wilkins.
Good morning.
All right, where's your client?
I filed motions for competency and sanity on him,
Okay.
so that's what I was just informing the court of.
All right, and he's on the docket today?
He's on the docket.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a reset, 45 days. All right, February 6th, we'll see an update on the competency.
Thank you
eval.
very much.
Thank
Judge.
you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Luke Anthony Galvan or Galvan?
Good morning, Judge. I am Fox.
All right, Mr. Galvan, come down. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2024 CR 1224 State versus Luke Anthony Galvan. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state defense?
Eric Baker for Mr. Govan, Judge.
And are you Mr. Galvan?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Luke Anthony Galvan who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 1224 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on May 6, 2024 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 1 on or about the 31st day of October 2024 in Bear County, Texas. Defendant Anthony Galvin committed the offense of assault violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor.
Yes.
It is to adjudicate guilt and revoke the individual off of probation. Sentenced to 2 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. And he is also to plead to the misdemeanor cases in County Court 4 and County Court number 13. Judge.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion, revoke, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be restitution and no contact with Robert Perales, Perala, I'm sorry, Perales. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's here on Guadalupe Delgado? Guadalupe Delgado, going once. Who's here on Reggie Rice? All right, did the state tender an offer?
So no, Judge, today was set for discovery compliance. At the last setting, I gave ADA Ariola a flash drive to get me the body cam because none of the body cam can be downloaded on e-discovery. After that, on December 10th, ADA Ariola texted me that he was no longer in this court, but still had my drive. Asked if I still needed the discovery. I said yes. So he was putting it on there and then ran into some difficulties, and now he's on vacation, and I think messaged ADA Edelman last night maybe about it. And so I don't have the body cam.
All right, Norma, recall this for the week of January 6th for discovery. All right, we're going to come back on January 7th and they're going to have your discovery for you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Valdemaro Joseph Chapa.
Your Honor. That is an off docket matter.
Yes.
It is set for, I think it's the 9th or the 10th there on
Yes, the 9th.
a plea deadline. I had it on the 10th on my calendar. I apologize. But I got a CLE on the 10th and I'm supposed to be in Huntsville on the 9th. So if we could just move the date, I can suggest the 7th if you have that available.
Yes, Norma, recall this for the 7th. Okay,
Thank you,
and
Judge.
will you inform your client?
Yes,
Are they
ma'am.
in custody?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you. Roger Mims? I'll get it to him.
We're ready, Judge.
All right. So my understanding, all discovery received. State, did you tender an offer on Mims? Was an offer tendered?
No, Judge, that's kind of what we're waiting for. I think Ms. Galloway wants to look at just a couple more things before she gets me a formal offer to make sure that we're all on kind of the same page here.
All right, Norman, recall this for the week of January 27th. All right, you're gonna come back on January 28th. States you need to be prepared to tender an offer on that day.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Guadalupe Delgado. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. See, I don't, you know what? I tried, in my family, we tried not to necessarily remember tragic dates, but I understand. Wait,
We have to.
yeah, you know, they still have that, those two persons still in space that they can't bring back home. Oh, they've been up there for way past their time.
It's a really good documentary. I'm into stuff like this.
Yes.
There, it's a really good documentary. It's sad. But very good.
Yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to get with Cornelius Cox.
Oh, why?
Okay, let me just tell you, Cornelius is very, very into history.
Oh, yeah.
And he does investigations. So maybe you guys can write books like Belzer
Sure,
did.
they're thorough and good.
Oh, they are. Guadalupe Delgado. Oh, Mr. Cox, Mr. Toshi. Let me let these two people meet. He is very into history and documentaries, and I told him you were too. I always fear for you when you go back to Dallas, so. I don't know.
For Albert China's event, he was here.
All right, then. Sounds like he's gonna come back in the afternoon. Richard Ortiz.
Present, Your Honor.
All right, what are we here for in this case?
Judge, Mr. Ortiz is on deferred adjudication. He picked up a new number one on November 23rd, approximately 30 days ago.
Mhm.
We're just getting new information on that. Probation wants to put him back on, however, we have to resolve the initial case and it's not indicted, nothing's going on. Well, I mean, not nothing's going on, but they need to test the drugs, I'm sure. It's a 1-4 case and apparently he's got a $3,000 bond right now, which he can't make. I don't know if the judge the court would consider him doing a PR bond or having him interviewed for a PR bond.
Norma, please have him interviewed for a PR bond.
And then we would like to come back whenever the court would like us to come back.
All right, State, where are you on the Richard Ortiz? There's a new number one within the motion to revoke.
I haven't
It's a
even,
drug case?
I haven't even conferred with the state judge because I mean, it's so new that I knew they wouldn't have anything.
No. All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for 30 days.
I can do 14.
Sure.
Ms. Abrams. All right. And we'll make sure that something happens by that time, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
We're all done, right?
Yes.
Okay, Judge. So good. Have a seat.
Nathan Martinez. Okay. All right. Just wait one second.
Yeah.
You waiting for Jason?
Yeah, he went into the back. All right, just have a seat. We're gonna call you right back up when he comes back. All right, Doug. Oh, okay.
Can we come
Just,
back up?
just give me 2 seconds. Delgado. Guadalupe Delgado.
He's in the office.
Well, he needs.
It's a reset. I conferred with the
He
state.
needs to come in.
Let me get.
All right, well, he's getting his client on Martinez. Yes.
Okay.
All right, what is happening with Delgado?
Conferred with the state judge, there's an offer. He's not a US citizen, so I'm talking with the MAC about a Padilla letter. Just to inform him of his rights. state's okay with resetting so that we can get the letter, have everything clear?
And is he a Spanish speaker?
Yes.
All right, attorneys, if your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, you need to let the court coordinator know so that we can get an interpreter here. All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for the week of January 13th. All right, January 14th, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Nathan Martinez. Where are we?
Judge, at the last setting, I had made a counter offer to Jason.
Excuse me.
Stand up, go over there.
No, not stand up, go over there. She's excused from the court unless she's on the docket. And if she's on the docket, she needs to go into custody. No, we can't have that. That's okay. Here's the thing. Excuse me, miss. Miss. All right, so let me explain something to you. I understand. All right, but we can't have that in court because when that happens in court, you know what ends up happening? Everybody gets angry and then the next thing you know, they're fighting. All right, so are you able to stay calm and composed? All right, so you're gonna have a seat on this side on the back row, okay? You're welcome, but go on the back row, miss. I'm sorry.
No problem. When we were
We try not to have things like that happen in court. All right, so.
All right, when we were last here, I gave Jason a counter offer.
Mhm.
And we're kind of like, I don't really know exactly what's going on because he did communicate that to David Lunan, who basically said, well, we might be able to convince Mr. Gonzalez to.
No, I don't want, I don't.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to say that we don't have a plea bargain. We don't not have a plea bargain.
If you don't mind, I might be able to.
Yes.
I think what we're asking for is like maybe another week or so that the counter offers can go back and forth, Your Honor, and that could be allowed, because this would be a case that would be set off probably closer to July or so, because it is a capital and a murder associated with this individual. So I think that if that's amenable to make.
I mean, you know, as long as we can start to get some sort of solid footing, because basically what's been happening, and I understand, is I say this and they say, well, maybe, and then they offer me something.
All
and he
right,
says,
so
well,
this is what's
maybe.
gonna happen.
You know?
What's gonna happen is the last date for a plea deadline date in this case is going to be January 23rd. After that, it's going to trial if agreement's not worked out.
Thank you.
If, you know, somebody upstairs wants to come down and be a part of the conversation, they can come down and be part of the conversation. But the 23rd is the last day. And after that date, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, there'll have to be a plea open to the court.
And I understand that, Judge. The only thing that I would ask is maybe if the DA's office could be instructed to maybe let me know before the 23rd, so we don't walk in on the 23rd and now we have some offer and he gets 5 minutes to think about it.
I'll get with Ms. Kramer probably in the next couple of weeks or so, right after probably the first of the year.
All righty.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
May I be
thank you.
excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Judge, on that Steve report, they filed a discovery on November 8th.
Well.
I'm not an attorney. I don't know if that's a complete discovery. I've never seen my report.
All right, so are they related to this case? All right, so, all right, so here's the thing. People from either side are not allowed back in the courtroom. That's what I'm gonna have to do, because we're not gonna have a brawl in the 187 district court. So, no. So this is what's gonna happen. If there ends up being an agreement and there's a victim impact statement, that's why we have Zoom. So people don't have to come in. So the defendant's family is not gonna be allowed in the courtroom. If they're testifying, it's gonna be by Zoom. If it's a jury trial, of course, we'll need them here. but nobody's family is allowed to come back in the courtroom on this case. They can testify by Zoom. All right, thank you.
Should be behind. Right behind the docket sheet.
Oh, yeah, I've seen one like that before.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No problem.
Thank you.
Andres Tamayo. Andres Tamayo Jr. All right, that's gonna come back at 1:30.
Ma'am.
Isaac Valle. Isaac Joel Valle. 1:30. Roberto Andrade. Good morning.
President Graham, he should be on the Zoom.
Is he the iPad or is he the review a Wi-Fi?
That's a good question.
Roberto Andrade, I'm not sure.
We're gonna find out. Oh my gosh, is this your client? It looks like he's in a cave, the way it's pictured.
I
on
have
the
not
iPad.
logged in. I haven't seen him, so I'm not
Is
sure.
this him?
I can't see.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's Dino Acosta. That's my client.
Oh, that's a poster.
Yes, sir.
So,
What I was gonna ask.
Roberto Andrade, you need to show your video.
I'm sorry?
I was gonna ask for a plea deadline.
Okay. Let me,
Sure.
Okay, see me.
I'm sorry, our camera's not working
Uh-oh.
on the back. Are you, Roberto Andrade?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right, so,
Yes, that's.
uh.
I can hear you.
So offer's been tendered and everything?
Yes, and so I just need some time to go over it with him.
All right, Norma, and is this, if you all reach an agreement, are you gonna be asking that this be done over Zoom or not?
No, in person.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you reset this for the week of January 6th, please? All right, you're gonna come back on January 7th, and you'll need to appear in person, Mr. Andrade,
Andrade.
and next time, no gum chewing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're welcome. All right, and whose client is this, the remaining person?
Thank you.
All right, and what's your client's name?
Dino Acosta.
All right, so let me, Mr. Acosta, could you say something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just 1 second, we have an issue. Let me see
Yes,
if I
it
can
seems like there's
go over here and
my
make
feed
sure we
was
can
getting
get
mixed up
audio
with the
from
other.
him. Oh, it's a PSI?
Yeah. I don't know how I got. For the Zoom, I didn't. It should be. He is on a rig in the Gulf of Mexico.
All right, when will your client be back?
I would have to ask him right now, Judge.
It looks like, I'm not sure, can you hear me?
All right, Norma, this should not be by Zoom.
This opposed, Judge.
Yes.
Okay, so.
So you want to call him and find out when he will be back?
Yes, I will.
Judge, can you hear me?
Let you know that the email's still out.
Okay.
I don't know.
Judge.
Yes. Well, the prop, just 1 second. Sean, can you mute us, please? All right. And who is the female in the box, please? All right, let me see if I can find her paperwork.
I taken the last certification that's out there.
I will let my partner know that. Thank you for that.
I think I gave it back to the clerk. What page is she on? Yes. What page is she on?
It's on page 8 at the bottom.
Hello? Hello?
All right, and Norma, what is the issue with her attorney?
He has to.
All right, Miss Ladon. Miss Ladon, come down. Your attorney is ill, so we're gonna bring you back on January 7th. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, may I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So I know I'm in your line, but I need also to go to the back and pull a file, so I didn't know where I'm at in line. I don't want
Who's
to
your
make my
client?
David McNew.
I'm on Tommy Lopez.
Okay.
So you can go back.
Also, Your Honor, a few minutes ago, you called Isaac Joel Baez.
Mhm.
You took care of that earlier.
All right, thank you. Everyone, just give me a moment, please. Just a second. All right, Mr. Coaster, we're gonna have you back on January 9th, and you'll need to be in person so that we can go over everything, all right?
Yes, ma'am. I do
right,
apologize
thank you.
for the time of the
Welcome.
court. Hello?
All right, you're excused.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
And your
I'm
attorney
not
will
sure
get
if you
with
can
you.
hear me.
All right, who's here on Tommy Lopez? All right, Mr. Lopez. Hey, congratulations, you have a graduate.
Yes, yes. What a great day that was.
Oh,
Thanks,
that is
Judge, for
awesome.
moving some cases. for me.
Sure. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, this is the first setting from what I understand. I was told there's video. I don't think that's uploaded yet.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for discovery on Tommy Lopez, please.
January 14th.
All right, January 14th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. David McNew. Who's the attorney for David McNew?
He just went to the back, Carl.
All right, sir, just have a seat. We'll call you. Oh, all right, David McNew. All right, where are we on discovery?
I'm still reviewing it, Judge. I don't know if there's anything missing just yet. It is his first post indictment setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll set this for 30 days for discovery, you all will need to confer off docket as well. And that will be your discovery date and plea deadline date. Of course, if you don't have all discovery, we'll do something else. What date?
I'm sorry, you said 30 days, Judge?
Yes.
I can do the 16th.
All right, January 16th. Thank you, and thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court.
Hey, Judge, may I very quickly approach?
Yes.
It's,
Is it off docket?
it is.
All right, you'll have to wait, because I have other cases ahead of you.
Okay, can I put in line? There's an
Yes.
agreed order for bond modification.
Isaac Valle? Did you say we had already completed that?
Yes, Your Honor, it was set for discovery. I believe that Ray Castro was stepping in for the Brotherhood organization.
Okay. All righty,
My mistake, Judge Ferris.
okay.
No, agreed orders in the back.
Address Tamayo?
Mr. Wiles was here, the defendant wasn't off, but he sent back that.
Email.
Yeah.
I sent him back. You want him back?
Yes, please. Thank you. All right, Krista Molina? And then no more up here.
Got one.
Yeah, well, okay. We'll
Your
do the
call.
final, we'll do the final MTR, but then everybody else will have to come back the
Okay,
afternoon.
Judge.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4065, State of Texas versus Crystal D. Molina. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nicole Thornborough for the state.
Oh, you all need to reverse. For the defense?
Monica Anna Guerrero for the defendant.
All right, and are you Miss Molina?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Molina, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
On count 2 and waiving remaining counts.
Any objection?
No objection.
So your waiving counts
One
one
and
and
three.
three. All right. Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your
Did you understand you're charged in count 2 with misapplication of fiduciary property, 2,500 to 30,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
As a state jail felony, range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Miss Molina, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain? Do you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine. No application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution of $10,000 to DZ Industries. And you are not to be employed in the capacity where you handle or control funds that are not your own funds. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Then to the offense in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Did offer states exhibit 1 and its attachments?
No objection.
All right, did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Here's my question. Is she going to be able to pay this $10,000?
Yes, over the next 4 years, that's, she understands that is, yes. She was recently, let go from her job as of yesterday, but she's in the process of finding another job. She's confident she's able to do that. She's always worked. She's has to work to take care of herself, and so she fully intends to pay that restitution.
All right, I'm gonna set this for a PSI, and at the date of this PSI, she needs to come up with half.
Okay.
All right. Set this off for 60 days. All right, February 17th, you need to pay at least half, so that's $5,000. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And do y'all want a PSI or you want to waive it? Because my concern is her paying the half of this restitution.
We'll do the,
We're fine either way, Judge.
All right, so she needs to come up with half the restitution on that date.
okay.
All right, we'll see you back on February 17th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And just to confirm, there's actually no PSI.
No PSI.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Judge.
Jay, yes, Cincy. Jay Gabrielski.
That's mine, Jay, that's the off-docket one.
Yes.
So it's a motion to, which should be included there, a motion to modify bond condition. He's currently on GPS. The states agreed to do tracking only and waive all fees. They've indicated that on the order as well.
All right, is the complainant aware of this?
I did call the complainant earlier today, Your Honor. I called her at about 11 o'clock. I told her I needed to hear with her, from her within an hour, and I have not been with her.
All right, I will tell you, I don't sign these unless.
I'll also give you some background, Judge, if you see the indictment in front of you. This is a continuous violence against the family that got reported in November of 23. It was just indicted. The most recent allegation of violence is 26 months ago.
Okay.
At the time of its reporting, there was a, guess what, divorce custody pending.
Okay. All right, so this is what we'll do. I think the complainant needs more time than that to respond. I just want her to be aware. So 2 o'clock,
Yes, Judge.
okay?
Can I check in with the court on your ruling?
Yes.
Okay, because my
You
wife,
can zoom in or.
my wife
either.
called, I've got to apparently get
No,
off
no, no.
or something like
No, no.
my
Go for it.
father-in-law, so.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Dennis Johnson. All right. The court is going, after this case, the court is going on recess. And everyone else will need to come back this afternoon. Landon Kendrick. Court is calling 2024 CR 0080039, State of Texas versus Landon Omar Kendrick. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense?
Arlene Gay for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Kendrick?
Yes.
Did you review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Landon Omar Kendrick who is charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 grams to 4 grams on October 15th, 2024 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
The state wishes to proceed on violation of condition number 1 on or about the 10th day of November 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Landon Omar Kendrick, committed the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 4 years in the prison?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. As a part of his agreement, it says that no cases will be indicted arising out of 2024 PF 13079. Is this one of those cases?
No, Your Honor.
Judge, so I have pursuant to the agreement, but the case number that I have is 2024 PF 23227.
That's not what the court have. So if y'all want to look to see.
Let me check, just to make sure were these not taken into consideration at the time of?
No, it just says that if there are other cases arising out of that cause number, that the state would not proceed on them. So if you could see, all right, thank you. Oh, did you see that?
It has been.
Defense attorneys are like, please put this on the docket. We're like, okay.
I think every court's like that. I had court on Friday, the 144. So everybody's trying to move those.
Judge, the allegation is separate.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that was clear. All right. So the court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, so we are asking that you grant the state's motion, revoke the defendant's community supervision and reform the judgment to reflect the 2-year sentence in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
All right. So what has he done since he's been on probation?
I believe he reported.
I'm only on probation.
Oh, yeah.
for maybe 3.
I'm sorry, what?
Just,
Sorry.
he did report, he was living at the Haven for Hope. And he was beginning it, and this case arose, he borrowed a car. And
didn't return it.
The person claimed that the individual claimed that the vehicle was stolen, even though the keys were provided. So there was a big miscommunication. My client, we were given a recommendation and my client opted to take the recommendation. And that is 2 years. He's never been to prison before.
All right, so here's the court's question. Not to go behind anybody's agreement, but state defense is saying that he had the keys to the vehicle and this wasn't really a unauthorized use of a vehicle, that it was loaned to him. Now, sometimes I understand in my experience as a defense attorney, sometimes people will let people use their car in exchange for drugs, and then the person who's using it doesn't return it on time, so then it becomes an unauthorized use. So I'm being told that he had the keys. Is the person saying they left the keys in the vehicle, or?
It's Kirby Police Department, and what the police report indicates is she's claiming that it was outright stolen between a certain time of day.
So based on the report, Your Honor,
Mhm.
it's my understanding it was reported stolen. I think there's some discrepancy and there may be another party involved that did not have, you know, the authorization or consent from the owner. That defendant is under the impression that that person that does not have the owner's consent then gave him that provided the vehicle to him, and he's under the impression from the person that did not have consent from the owner.
Okay. So then, is this a revocation case then? I mean, I know you all have come to an agreement, but of course, I'm trying to do what's right.
Mhm.
So,
And we did discuss it, and I think my client really wants to put it behind him.
all right, so here's the thing. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth or nothing but the truth, so help you God?
ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for record.
Landon Omar Kendrick.
All right, Mr. Kendrick, here's the thing. You know yourself, if you're truthful with yourself, you know yourself better than your attorney does, better than probation does, better than the state does, better than I do. So if you want, I'll continue you, but let me just tell you, you're probably going to go potentially in an inpatient treatment because there's going to be another TAP evaluation, and whatever the TAP evaluation recommends, that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, if you want, I'll follow the agreement for you to do the 2 years in the prison. It's completely up to you.
Ma'am, the inpatient would be where we're at.
Now, here's the thing.
I just.
These are your choices.
Okay.
And the information,
I'm sorry.
and the information I am giving you
The 2 years is fine.
is the information. So you want the 2 years?
Yes.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 2 years. And are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, the court is going to sentence you then to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. And as previously stated, the court found violation of condition number 1 true. Is there anything taken in consideration?
Yes.
And the court will take in consideration 2024 PF 23227.
Your Honor, I just want to state on the record that he has 202 days. I did verify that with the clerk, and I'm sure they'll verify it again. But with Odyssey, the way it is, and the way the dockets are printed and the way the back time is printed is.
So that's the court's rulings. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll order the therapeutic community. We can go off the record. You're gonna have to change your ways. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself living the rest of your life at somebody's prison or somebody's jail. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Just want me to put it in.